Okay, how about this one? Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. What do we add to a regular verb to form its past tense? What do we add to a regular verb to form its past tense? We add the letters ed to a regular verb to form its past tense. Can you jump over the table with both your feet together? Can you jump over your table with both your feet together? No, I can't jump over this table with both my feet together. All right, can you jump up and touch the ceiling? Can you jump up and touch the ceiling? No, I can't jump up and touch the ceiling. Why not? Why not? Because the ceiling's too high. Now, can you jump as high as a house? Can you jump as high as a house? No, I can't jump as a not the house, as high as a house. A house, very good. Now, for example, this is the corner of my table. So, what's this? What's this? It's a corner of the table. Now, are you sitting in a corner of your room? Are you sitting in a corner of your room? Yes, no. I'm not sitting in a corner of my room. All right, can you sit at the corner of a round table? Can you sit at the corner of a round table? No, I can't sit at the corner of a round table. Why not? Why not? Because a round table has no corners. Now, for example, I'm standing at the corner of the table. So where am I standing? Where am I standing? You're standing at the corner of the table. Very good. Now, for example, I'm standing in the corner of my room. So where am I standing? Where am I standing? You're standing in the corner. Very good. Now, can we go by ship from Paris to Milan? Can we go by ship from Paris to Milan? No, we can't go by ship from Paris to Milan. Why not? Why not? Because both cities are inland. All right, is a boat larger than a ship? Is a boat larger than a ship? No, a boat isn't larger than a ship. It's smaller than a ship. All right, are we almost at the end of the lesson? Are we almost at the end of the lesson? Yes, we're almost at the end of the lesson. Does almost everybody in your country have a mobile phone? Does almost everybody in your country have a mobile phone? Yes, almost everybody in my country has a mobile phone. Now, where do we generally see people sitting at desks? Where do we generally see people sitting at desks? We generally see people sitting at desks in offices and classrooms. Now, in some jobs, can people work from home instead of going to an office? In some jobs, can people work from home instead of going to an office? Yes, in some jobs, people can work from home instead of going to an office. All right, is it easier to get a good job in your country if you speak English? Is it easier to get a good job in your country if you speak English? Yes, it's easier to get a good job in my country if you speak English. Now, when does next season start? When does next season start? Next season starts on the very good. Now, when's your birthday? When's your birthday? My birthday's on. Oh, what do we say to people on their birthday? What do we say to people on their birthday? We say happy birthday to people on their birthday. What can we say when we meet a friend? What can we say when we meet a friend? When we meet a friend, we can say, "Hi, how are you?" Now, what can we do when we meet somebody for the first time? What can we do when we meet somebody for the first time? When we meet somebody for the first time, we can say, "Hello, nice to meet you," and shake hands with them. Now, when you go to meet somebody, do you always arrive early? When you go to meet somebody, do you always arrive early? No, when I go to meet somebody, I don't always arrive early. Sometimes I arrive early and sometimes I arrive late. Now, what's the difference between bring and take? What's the difference between bring and take? The difference between bring and take is that bring means carry here, whereas take means carry there. For example, you bring your book to me. Okay, so what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm bringing my book to you. All right, take your book to another person, please. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm taking my book. Give me a sentence with bring in it, please. Give me a sentence with bring in it, please. I bring my bag to the lesson with me. All right, give me a sentence with take in it. Give me a sentence with take in it. I take my bag home with me after the lesson. For example, I'm taking my book into the corridor. So what am I doing? What am I doing? You're taking your book into the corridor. Now, for example, I'm bringing my book into the classroom. So what am I doing? What am I doing? You're bringing your book into the classroom. Okay, do you bring a pen with you to school? Do you bring a pen with you to school? Yes, I bring a pen with me to school. All right. Now, do you take this book home with you after the lesson? Do you take this book home with you after the lesson? No, I don't take that book with me after the lesson. Why not? Why not? Because it isn't mine. Okay, very good. That's all right. Now, do you bring any food with you to school? Do you bring any food with you to school? Yes, no. I don't bring any food, not brings, I don't bring any food with me to school. Okay, to school. All right. Do you take a camera with you when you go on holiday? Do you take a camera with you when you go on a holiday? Yes, no. A camera with me when I go on holiday. What do you bring with you to school? What do you bring with you to school? I bring my book with me to school. All right. Do you speak English quite well? Do you speak English quite well? Yes, I speak English quite well. All right. Do you go to the cinema very often? Do you go to the cinema quite often? I don't go to the cinema. Hmm. I go to the cinema. Uh, okay. Now, do you think learning English is quite easy, quite difficult, or very difficult? Do you think learning English is quite easy, quite difficult, or very difficult? I think learning English is. Now, is pure water bad for the body? Is pure water bad for the body? No, pure water isn't bad for the body. It's good for the body. Now, is the wine we buy in the shops always pure? Is the wine we buy in the shops always pure? No, the wine we buy in the shops isn't always pure. Sometimes it's pure and sometimes it's impure. Now, do you ever promise to give something to somebody and then not give it? Do you ever promise to give something to somebody and then not give it? Yes, no. I sometimes promise to give something to somebody and then not give it. All right, do you always do what you promise to do? Do you always do what you promise to do? Yes, no. I don't always do what I promise to do. All right, very good. Now, are waiters and waitresses always polite to people in restaurants? Are waiters and waitresses always polite to people in restaurants? No, waiters and waitresses aren't always polite to people in restaurants. Not in our restaurants, in restaurants. Sometimes they're polite and sometimes they're impolite. Okay. Are teenagers generally more polite than adults? Are teenagers generally more polite than adults? No, teenagers aren't generally more polite than adults. They're generally less polite than adults. Now, when we want to speak to somebody we don't know, what's the first thing we generally say? When we want to speak to somebody we don't know, what's the first thing we generally say? When we want to speak to somebody we don't know, the first thing we generally say is, excuse me. Now, give me an example, please. Give me an example, please. Excuse me. Can you tell me the way to the station, please? All right, congratulations. We are done on your stage three. I really tried my best to make it faster, and because you are able to finish this in our lesson for sure. So, congratulations. So, by the way, I think you're done with your stage 11, and this is actually stage three. What do you want? Do you want to continue stage four as new work, or you just want to do the full stage? Mhm. Mm. Okay, so I'm gonna put a note here that you will have new work on stage four. Okay? Oh, really? With teacher Minerva. Oh, thank you so much. See you around. Alright, so isa sa mga estudyante ko, yun yung Callan. Hindi ko alam na nag-subscribe pala siya dito sa channel natin, and she's actually a fan of watching those. So, galing, galing, galing. That student is actually finishing stage 11 and she decided to go to stage 3 again, full stage revision. So, in that case, guys, one thing that I can suggest is to ask your student if she wanted to have the new work. Kasi tapos na siya sa almost lahat eh. So, her decision was to go back to stage 3 doing full stage revision. So, it is very important that you have to verify that from the student if he or she wanted to do full stage revision for the next stage or not. Kasi it would be a good way to clarify yung student kung ano yung gusto niya. So, it's a very good one. So, thank you so much for watching. I know you're gonna watch this video, so thank you so much. What else? Sa Kala naman, teachers, for the teachers who are still trying to have the training, make sure to follow the flow, make sure to follow the method. Later on, you will be able to get into the tempo. Of course, you have to familiarize some of the questions. I'm gonna tell you, even if every time I do this higher stages, so I stuttered a lot when I have to read those long sentences, especially I want to finish it right away so that the student will be able to answer. But again, guys, just take your time, making sure that your reading is very clear. Those are very important. It's much better na medyo mabagal kayo as long as yung mga words na sinasabi nyo is very clear sa student. Pero kung sure ka naman sa mga binabasa mo at kaya mo nang magsalita ng mabilis, well, push nyo yan. So as what I've said, it's not only a challenge or it's not only a training for your students, but actually it's a big challenge for teachers also. So take advantage of this training. While you are teaching here at NativeCamp, especially Callan lesson, you will be able to learn a lot also on what you are teaching in Callan. So just take advantage of that benefit other way around. So again, guys, that would be my Callan lesson, actual lesson. So I'm so sorry I'm not able to include the voice of our student because I didn't ask permission. So just make sure to follow what page number. You can actually read along with me during my actual lesson recording. All right, guys. So I hope you're gonna learn a lot, and I'll be making sure that next lesson I will be having another actual lesson in any materials that NativeCamp is offering to our students, just to make sure that you have a very good reference in how you're going to teach those materials. All right, again, thank you so much for watching. This is Frank in action. If you're not yet subscribed in our YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button and also the notification bell button so you'll be notified in our next video. All right, this is Frank in action again. Peace. What are you waiting for? Come on, join my class. So what are you waiting for? Come on, join my class.